Welcome to CP101, and this is a final on Superman. As I said in the last couple of videos, he would be done this weekend, and we've got them all finished up. Came out pretty good. I'm really happy with this. It's definitely going to be one of my top favorite builds, and as I said before, this wasn't planned. My original goal for this kit was to just dust it off, repaint it, kind of whip them back in shape. I wasn't planning on doing all this, especially the phone booth, but I had a lot of fun. I have no regrets doing it. And it was a learning experience. I mean, especially for scratch building. I don't do a whole lot of scratch building, so this was a good lesson. I learned a lot, made a lot of mistakes, but that's what it's all about. Learning and, you know, doing things that you normally wouldn't do. That's what makes this hobby kind of fun. I don't know, at least for me anyway. In my last, I think it was the last video on Superman, I had a couple of viewers ask about the mix ratios for the paint. First off, these are all acrylics on Superman. There's no oil-based paints, it's all acrylics. The Zenacolor is all acrylic. We used the folk art Look at Me Blue on the suit, which I said in the last video. And then all the red and the yellow is Zenacolor. Now the Zenacolor, just like the folk art, I just use water. I used to use washer fluid, but I'm not familiar enough with Zenacolor to know if it would react with washer fluid, because some acrylic paints don't like washer fluid, like Tamiya paints. If you use washer fluid in a Tamiya acrylic paint, it'll get all gummy and get all funky and everything else. So, and I don't know about Zenacolor. So just to play it safe, I just thin Zenacolor with water, plain old water. And my mix ratio is, you know, it varies. What I normally do is I start with a 50-50 mix, and then I adjust it from there. That seems to be a good rule of thumb for me anyway. And it always seems to work out okay, but I don't think I've ever mixed a 50-50 acrylic and just shot it and was okay with it. Always had to adjust it, whether I had to add more paint or whether I had to add more water. I always had to adjust my mix, so it's never the same. So, you know, for some of you guys that ask that question, I don't have a set ratio. It's constantly changing, and the only thing I could say is you just have to have a feel for your paint. You know, I can tell when I mix up acrylic, whether it's the Zenacolor or whether it's craft acrylics, you know, folk art, Americana, Ceramcoat, Apple Barrel, Anita's, Deco Art. I just can tell by the way it drips off the toothpick on whether it's going to shoot okay or whether I'm going to have issues with it. And you know, it's just knowing the paint. So, you know, sometimes I add more water, sometimes I add more paint. It just depends on how it comes off my toothpick. So that's pretty much it. You know, I wish I could take and say, okay, it's a 60-40 or a 30-70 or some bull crap like that. But unfortunately, it's not. You're just going to have to learn the paint and get to know it, and, you know, do it with trial and error. That's the best I can help you, the best I can do for you. Okay, but enough about that. Let's get back to Superman. As you can see, he's all put together. He's on his base, and he got his glasses in his hands. The glasses was a suggestion by a viewer of my video. Said, you know, it'd be kind of cool if he had glasses in his one hand, and I thought that was a great idea, so I added the glasses. We added a little bit of highlighting on the hair. I wasn't happy with the hair, mainly because I'm not a sculptor. So I knew I was going to have issues with the hair. So I had to make up for my lack of skill in sculpting by using paint. So we added highlights to the hair, a little bit of white and a little bit of blue like they do in the comic books, just to kind of give the hair just something. It needed something. Just a straight color. It wasn't cutting it for me because the hair wasn't textured enough because of my lack of sculpting skills. So I was able to improve it a little bit, his hair, by just adding highlights, and it doesn't look so much like it looked like he had helmet head basically. I don't know how else to describe it. So this kind of helps. But yeah, we added a little bit of chalks to the face to give it some color and some shadow, because I sanded off all the detailing off his face to get rid of all that crap that Revell did. So I needed something. So we did that. I gave him blue eyes. Those are Archer decals. And then the belt is the Zeta color primary yellow. The gold on the belt buckle is Vallejo gold, Model Air gold. So yeah, that's that. So you saw the phone booth already. You saw everything else. So I'm not going to go over it again. We've got it hooked into the switch. So when you flip the switch, the light comes on in the phone booth. And so yeah, we got all that. So that's Superman. Finished, done, and I think he looks pretty good. The logo, the decals, I made those. I had plenty of different styles to choose from, and then that's the style I chose on the emblem for his chest and the cape. So, oops, my camera just shut off. I have no idea why. Sometimes my camera does that. I'll be talking, all of a sudden I hear it beep and it just shuts off. So I don't know, maybe I got ghosts in here or something, or screwing with my camera, I don't know. Yeah, that's it. We've got some other things coming up, and then we're going to go to the Constitution. I'm going to do some work on that. After we do a little bit of work on that, I want to go to the Dodge D50 pickup. We're going to build my parts runner truck that I drove for 3 years. A great little truck. So we're going to build it up, paint it to look just like my parts truck, which I think will be pretty fun, pretty cool. And then we got some other things, Stagecoach, and some other new projects we got down the pike. So yeah. Alright guys, take care. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just give me a shout. And we'll see you in the next video.